Hey y'all, I'm continuing to go over notes for Unit 11, and this is where we left off from my previous video. We were starting to draw the line here that did not go through the origin, but instead it went through $2. So this is my y-intercept. And this is also how I identify the y-intercept. It's where, where the x value is 0. X is over y in a table, but when we're doing change in y, we must put it over change in x, okay? So then I'm going to talk about 3 candy bars. So 3 candy bars is 3 times 75 cents, and then I'm going to add my $2. So here I'm just adding 75 cents each time. So $3.50 plus 75 cents is $4.25. So I'm going to run 1, and I'm going to jump 275, which is about right here. I'm going to run 2 and jump 350, which is, yeah, 350 right here. My bad. And then 3 and 425 will be right about here. So I should start seeing them in a straight line. Let me get my straight edge and trace that. There, okay? So that's what that looks like when you have a situation, a verbal situation. You put it in a table, you write the equation, and then you put it in a graph. So now let's apply that to our thinking on what we should be doing in class, page 111. So it says Jackson wants to buy a new video game console. He has saved $50 and earns $20 per lawn. So since we just got through writing equations in our last unit, this is the 50 that he already has, and then if he's earning $20 per lawn, that's 20x. So my equation should look something like this. He has 50 and he's getting $20 for every lawn that he mows. Which of the following equations can be used to determine the number of lawns Jackson needs to mow M? So that's what they're using in the variables place. So instead of writing x, I should write M. In order to buy the video game console, which costs $V. So it should be V equals 50 plus 20M. So this does not say 20M, this is wrong. This does not say 20M, this is wrong. This says 20M and it adds 50, that's correct. This one has to be wrong, my answer is C. For number 2, it says a mail carrier travels at 15 miles per hour through a neighborhood. Which table represents the distance the mail carrier travels in X hours? So 15 miles per hour, that means Y equals 15 miles per hour. That's all we have to write, 15x, just like we did the 20x. There's nowhere that the mail carrier starts, so we have to assume he starts at 0. So we wouldn't necessarily write plus 0. We would just write y equals 15x. And then I look at the x values that they want me to calculate and identify. And then we'll say, oh, okay, let's make a table of our own to generate our own answers. I need a 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 should be enough. I know it goes up to 5, but this is plenty of values for me to identify what's going on. So then this is where I take my x and I multiply by 15 to get y. So 0 times 15 is 0. This is a proportional relationship, by the way. It goes through the origin. This is the origin. That's how I identify it in my table. 1 times 15 is 15. 2 times 15 is 30. 3 times 15 is 45. And 4 times 15 is 60. So now I need to find these answers. I have 2 and 30. That looks good. But then it says 4 and 55. Nope, I've got 4 and 60. This part's wrong. I've got 1 and 15, 3 and 45. Oh, I do need to go to the 5. Let me extend my table a little bit. This is 5. I'm going to add 15 over here because I've been adding 15, adding 15, adding 15. So 60 plus 15 is 75. So because I found the relationship of x to y being 5 and 75, then I'm going to choose this answer because 1 and 15 match 3 and 45 match, and 5 and 75 match. All the others are wrong. Looking at number 3, it says a graph showing the relationship between time and distance is shown. Time is going along on my x-axis, distance is going up and down on the y. It says which equation best represents the line in the graph. So we need to look at friendly points. Always choose the y-intercept, and then always choose another one that goes through 3 lines. 2 red, and this black line is a third. Make a triangle, and then we'll do the rise over the run. The rise is from 2 to 6, which is a difference of 4. And the run is from 0 to 3, which is a difference of 3. We'll write the ratio rise over run, and that's 4 over 3. This is my slope, and then this is my y-intercept. In the y equals mx plus b equation, m is my slope, and b is my y-intercept. So I'm going to take this 4/3 and this 2, and I'm going to write an equation of y equals 4/3 x plus 2, because this is a positive 2. So then I need to look at my answers. All the 2's could be potential y-intercepts, but I need a slope of 4/3. This is the only answer that shows that. All the others are wrong. Number 4. It says Adam trains for the local fun run as part of a training program. Adam walks 1 kilometer in 30 minutes. That's a rate. 1 kilometer, 30 minutes. Which graph best represents the relationship between Adam's time and distance traveled? So I've got to make a table, time and distance. And then I'm looking at all of them, and I see that my time is in hours, 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 and hours. It goes through the origin, so that means they're all proportional, and they're all going to start at 0 time and 0 distance. No time has passed. Adam hasn't run far, or hasn't run at all. Then these are in hours, and this is 30 minutes. So I need to write 0.5, and then that's 1 kilometer. Then if I do a whole hour, from here to here, I'm multiplying by 2. So from here to here, I have to multiply by 2. This multiplication is only for proportional relationships. Okay, so from 1 down here, I'm going to multiply by 2, and I'm going to get 2. Then if I double the 1 and 2, I'm going to double the 2 and get 4. Are you writing down the words that you're supposed to be writing down, or are you making other noises? Oh, okay. Go ahead and do it. You don't have to do it slowly. Oh, okay. From 1 to 3 is times 3. And then I must multiply by 3 over here. 2 times 3 is 6. So then I need to run 1 and jump 2, run 2 and jump 4, run 3 and jump 6. These create ordered pairs. So this is 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. So I need to run 1, jump 2. This runs 1 and jumps 4. This is not my answer. Run 1 and jump 2. This is run 1 and jump, I don't know, this looks like 4 or 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, this is 5. So this is not it. I need to run 1 and jump 2. Run 2 and jump 4. Run 3 and jump 6. 4, 5, 6. This looks like it's it. And then down here, run 1 and jump. This doesn't even get to a whole. This is 0.5. So this has to be my answer here. And if I were choosing these answers in Skyward, this would be A, B, C, and D. All right, on to page 112. A local Mexican food restaurant caters parties for 20 or more guests. So 20 or more guests. A setup and cleanup fee and per person charge applies for all catering services. The table shows the cost C for catering G guests. Again, this is my X and my Y. For 20 guests, it costs $165. For 25 guests, it costs $200. For 40 guests, it costs $305. And for 50 guests, it costs $375. So, what is the rate of change? Then that will help me determine how many or how much it'll cost for 0 guests. So I'm going to go from here to here and from here to here. So from 20 to 25 is adding 5 guests, and this is my delta X. And then from 100 to 165 to 200 is adding $35. So I'm going to take my 35 and I'm going to put it over 5 because this is delta Y and this is delta X. I must find the rate per guest. Okay, so the rate per guest is cost over guest. The cost is $35 for 5 guests. I want to know how much it costs for 1 guest, so I need to divide. $35 divided by 5 people is $7 per guest. So let's look at my answers. Does this say $7 per guest? No, this says 25 cents per guest. Wrong. This says $25 per guest. That is not it. This says $7 per guest plus a $25 charge. Makes sense to me. And this says $7.27 per guest. That's a no. This has to be my answer. Looking at number 2. It says complete the equation to describe the distance versus time in the graph. Draw a line from the correct number or variable to each box. Then write the correct number or variable in each box. Not all answers will be used. So I must first start at the origin. That means I'm not going to have any additive relationship here because it goes through 0. So this is time in hours and distance in kilometers. Let's see if I can find a friendly point here. This point looks kind of friendly. And this point looks kind of friendly. So I'm going to draw a triangle. And this is 10, 11, 12. And this is 4 and 5. This is 150 and this is 450. So the difference between 150 and 450 is 300. 450 minus 150 is 300. And then the difference between 12 and 4. 12 minus 4 is 8. This is a rate. This is kilometers per hour. Kilometers per hour. It's 300 every 8 hours. And I need it for 1 hour. So in my calculator, I would divide 300 by 8. Where's my calculator? Let's go to Desmos. So according to Desmos, 300 divided by 8 is 37.5. So if I go back to my paper, that's 37.5 kilometers per hour. So Y, that's distance. That's along my y-axis. Messing up already. D equals something T, and it's going to be 37.5 T. D equals 37.5 T. And that's how we do a distance and time equation from a graph. Over here it says, which of the following best represents a linear proportional relationship? Remember our rules for proportional. Let's go through the origin. That's 0, 0. Does this go through the origin? No. Does this have a 0, 0 relationship? We don't know.